Hello, lads. I just wanted to let you know that Colin Liddell has updated his profile of me on his site. Colin Liddell has very assiduously, one might say, obsessively, kept a compendium of names, which he calls the Dickipedia, of names who are associated with the quote unquote alt right or the dissident right. And since we went our separate ways, he included my an edition on me, or an article on me, in this long compendium of profiles, negative profiles, generally speaking, needless to say. Often very petty and mean taking a lot of low blows in the classic Colin Liddell sort of way. But I just got interested recently I was wondering, I remembered what Colin had down for me before, and it was, of course, not flattering. But I went back to see, just out of curiosity. I scrolled down to see my name, and it's alphabetical in the Dickipedia that he has on his site, and I wanted to just read it to y'all, and think maybe you'll get a kick out of it. Maybe you'll learn something about me that you didn't know before. So, Andy Nowicki, Gen Xer. Okay, yeah, buddy. X all the way. Based in Savannah, Georgia. One of the writers from the original AlternativeRight.com site, Nowicki was a reasonably sensible Catholic traditionalist with a limited interest in understanding of political and ideological matters. All right, so this is how he starts off. This is when he's being nice, okay? He was reasonably sensible and had a limited understanding of political and ideological matters. Okay, fair enough. In recent years, however, he has become an increasingly florid conspiracist who appears to be mainly driven by his emotional issues, MGTOW, incels, masturbation, etc. His rather plain-looking wife left him some years ago, leading to a sad downward spiral. I mean, at least he didn't say that she was ugly, right? Count my blessings there. His rather plain-looking wife left him some years ago, leading to a sad downward spiral. You're a classy guy, Colin. Way to go. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. So Colin goes on to write. Started writing for Richard Spencer's AlternativeRight.com, blah, blah. In 2010, Spencer sent Nowicki to South Africa to cover the post-apartheid nation. Late in the year, Spencer handed over editorial control of AlternativeRight.com to Nowicki and Colin Liddell. Colin writing of himself in third person here. It's kind of funny. Who edited it for a year and a half before Spencer shut the site down. Following this, Liddell refounded the site as a blog spot on Boxing Day 2013. Okay, facts. In the interest of continuity, he invited Nowicki to serve as joint editor. But Nowicki soon dropped out and merely used the site to promote his self-published books of conspiratard fiction and self-indulgent autobiographical writing. All right, so it's funny. He's like, "Hey, Andy, you want to serve as a joint editor?" And this is his version of events now. And I'm like, "Okay." And then the way he phrases it's like a couple weeks later, I just become, I just, forget my responsibilities, cease to be responsible. In fact, I was co-editor for a while, and eventually, as I have said before, eventually I just decided to cede the editorship to Colin Liddell, and there was never any problem with it at the time, And there was never any commentary at the time of Andy, I don't really like this direction you're going, and you're using the site to promote things that I think are bad for the site, and never heard anything of the sort from him at the time. So this is how he's choosing to rewrite history to make it sound as unflattering to yours truly as possible, which is okay, but it gets better. Several of his books are about suicide, and he believes in theories like the Mandela effect that are often associated with schizophrenics. Boy, talk about casting aspersions. His books are about suicide, and he's losing. He's a schizo. I mean, I'm not saying he's a schizo, but he believes in things that schizos believe. Nowicki literally believes that globalists move South America on the maps. I'm not even going to cover that one. But that's just to say that's not representative of what I said. But you can go to the link and see for yourself what I was sort of speculating about, theorizing about, in my schizo manner. He also has an almost fetishistic fascination with failure and being a loser. Okay, I'll cop to that one. Liddell. You got me there. Writing autobiographical books called Confessions of a Would-Be Wanker and Confessions of a Would-Be Wanker. Okay, typo. Colin, you got to address this typo. Writing autobiographical books called Confessions of a Would-Be Wanker and Confessions of a Would-Be Wanker. I think you meant to say Confessions of a Would-Be Wanker and Ruminations of a Low-Status Male. I think that was the other book you meant to include there. So get on that, Colin, as soon as possible. I know you want to be accurate here. More recently, Nowicki has focused increasingly on YouTube. Not increasingly, but I think writing is the most important thing, but I do stuff on YouTube, just for giggles, where he continues to give his misinformed and rather tedious opinions. For example, he literally believes that secret elite networks held together by sex crimes against children run the world, although he has sometimes shown borderline pedo tendencies himself. I mean, is this if I were of a different ethnicity, let's say, and if I had money to burn and lawyers at my disposal, borderline pedo tendencies, because I have a crush on Dasha Nekrasova, who poses sometimes in what Colin thinks is like she poses in schoolgirl outfits or whatever, but she's 31 years old. I mean, that's why he thinks I have borderline pedo tendencies. Again, keep it classy, man. Keep it classy. He's also written a book of gullible, unresearched trash. This is way more mean, way more harsh than what had been written even before. On the now discredited Pizzagate scandal. Now discredited. Who discredited it, Colin? You? The New Yorker? John Podesta? Did he discredit it by saying, no, it's false? Who discredited Pizzagate? Nobody. Due to his complete ignorance of geopolitics and his conspiratorial bent, he believes that the issue of our day, the Russian invasion of the Ukraine, is actually an attack by, quote, evil globalists on innocent Christian Russia. No, that's not exactly put it, but you don't really expect for there to be, when it's just sort of a takedown job motivated by somebody who is clearly of a one might say embittered mindset, and who's just venting his spleen, pouring forth this bilious stuff, which is, I mean, some of this is just his opinion of me and my work and my writing, which is fine, but some of it is again borders on libel, slander, and seems to me is actionable. I'll just leave that lingering right now. Okay. But anyway, you don't really expect somebody like that to be aware of, or to draw attention to nuances. And I know that Colin Liddell is capable of understanding nuances, but he just says what he says here, the things he says about me and what I supposedly believe about the Russian invasion of Ukraine. He occasionally appears on outright neo-Nazi podcasts like Our Interesting Times. Our Interesting Times. He's a neo-Nazi, that guy. Total neo-Nazi. I mean, all neo-Nazis are traditionalist Catholics, right? And Morgoth. Yeah, Morgoth. Another clear Nazi closet case. He continues to write unappreciated fiction for Matt Forney's Terror House Press. Well, there you go. That's Colin Liddell's summary of yours truly, and just thought y'all wanted to hear it. I don't know. You can take what Colin has to say about me, consider it, mull it over, see if it rings true or not. I just wanted to put it before you, and so I have. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to y'all soon.